FLCL episode 2, I kinda wanna say this that I don't feel like the same old Fooly Cooly in this one now after watching the seventh episode. The reason I say this is because what Fooly Cooly was more about the original one, it was more about how you get over your anxiety and stuff. It was like a get out of your zone thing. Like if you're having some kind of trouble here, you have to get out of that zone and step out of it. But this more or less likely seems like something which they are focusing on mainly with the characters, I would see, rather than giving us some kind of message at the same time. Because uh in the first Fully Cooley, everything meant something. Like every dialogue, every single every single thing in that first Fully Cooley that was put in, it actually meant something. But here, when I see it, this one, it just is. I guess it's just more. I would say it's more about dark story rather than like move out of your zone or something like that. Now, wait, what I mean is move out of the zone is because I'm not saying like okay the main character is moving out of the zone type of thing. Like it's happening in this too. But the thing I mean is it kind of the first Fully Cooley's ideals and stuff. It kind of impresses you, and obviously the first one will always be a classic, and you can't expect each one to be as to compare them with the first one. But still, there is that thing that this doesn't give me the same vibe now. Like the first episode, yeah, it gave me a little vibe, but this one looked very much like there it was action oriented. It was more about story rather than sharing ideals and stuff. And the third thing I noticed, it's very dark, and with the starting, the opening, it was very dark. So it kind of just takes away what the first Fully Cooley said the perspective on to the series. Now, uh, let's talk about this episode. Basically, what this episode was more or less Hanami, the main character. She basically gets a dream, a quote unquote dream where I would say this is more likely her fear or something like that, and that's what most of the time I've seen Fooly Cooly be. In the first one, we saw the main characters overcoming obstacles, so I guess that's what it is. Uh, uh also, it seems like Haruka, the woman on Vespa, she seems to have brainwashed the whole class, and it seems like she's using some kind of device for that. But it seems like she has brainwashed the class, and also we see that how Ide is a hardworking person and everything. Now, this is some cool stuff I would say, like Ide hardworking and stuff. It's cool. Like I would say it was a good thing, but uh, at the same time, it kind of solidifies what his characters were about. He's a clown during the school, and he's more like a hard worker after school. That's basically his whole character in short. Now, that other than that, we also saw the awesome fight. I would say this fight was quite good, and also how Hidomi transforms. Really, really love that one. Like, I will give that points. Like, awesome transformation. Just, and I like how she transformed into a small robot. Like, yeah, that's funny because in her dream she transformed into this awesome looking mecha, but here she just transformed into a normal looking little robot, and not even normal looking, so it's just a little robot. And I like how Haruka is just checking her. It's like, let me check her. That's cool. But it just feels, it doesn't give me now the same vibe of Fully Coolly, because it just feels kind of out of match. Like the first episode was alright for me, but this kind of felt out of match to what the first cool Fully Coolly was. And anyways, this episode wasn't bad. I would say it was alright. It wasn't bad anyways, but I feel like it was just not comparable to its former series, I would say. But anyways, let me know what do you think about this series in general. Let me know what you think about this episode. And I'll see you next video as always. Peace.